Hey guys, Horror Heaven, Jeff back here with another review. We are going to take a break from the high body count of Jason. We are going to take a break from the extreme horror of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. We are going to go back into the 80s for some unbelievably unapologetic 80s goodness. We are going to take a slight detour into having some fun instead of being scared to death. We are going to talk... We're going to talk about The Monster Squad.
Welcome to Horror Heaven. Horror Heaven.
Alright guys, so The Monster Squad is one of my personal all-time favorite movies. I literally have a tattoo of it on my leg. Go check out that video if you want to see me getting it. Whenever I was thinking of physical media to get on me, I had to get a VHS tape, and that's the one I played the most by a mile, so that's the one I went with. Before we get going, there's probably a couple people out there that haven't seen Monster Squad, so let's give the trailer a look.
You know who to call when you have ghosts. But who do you call when you have monsters?
We're the Monster Squad. What's a squad? It's like Miami Vice, I think.
They're young and inexperienced.
Naughty virgin.
They're a bit disorganized.
Monsters are not real.
We don't know that, sir.
2,000-year-old dead guys do not get up and walk away by themselves.
But when strange things start happening in town...
There's a monster in my closet.
Whoa! Look at that big, scary monster!
What's happening? You wait to kill a werewolf.
Silver bullet?
They're the only ones ready to do battle.
Something's out there that's killing people. And if it's monsters, nobody's gonna do a thing about it but us.
Soon the creatures of the night shall rule the world.
Real monsters? Us? Midnight. In the world, remember? Maybe we can be like Mask Squad instead, you know. Do mask bombs.
We got 1035. Stick back up. Hurry up!
Or Nature Squad. The book was right. Don't you think it's all true?
By midnight,
You guys!
they won't seem so young anymore. The Monster Squad.
Wolfman's gone mad.
So awesome, so great, so 80s, just dripping with 80s goodness. So let's get into the cast of this movie. There is a ton of people, so we're not going to talk about everybody. There's a ton of monsters, there's a ton of the kids that are in the squad, the parents, there's honestly good acting all around too, to be perfectly honest. But let's just focus on some of the people here. We have Andre Gower, who plays Sean. Sean Crenshaw is the main character of the entire movie. He's the guy who brings the Monster Squad together. He's the leader of the Monster Squad. His parents are the parents you see the most. He gets the most on-screen time of all the kids. And then playing his dad, we have Stephen Macht, who is really good in this. They needed a dad who was strong. He was, tough and everything like that to help the kids out, because it's not fully believable, even though we're stretching a lot of boundaries here. It's not fully believable the kids can do this on their own. So they needed a guy to kind of help them out. You got him, you got Scary German guy helping. So it makes the story a little bit more believable. And then on the monster sides, we have Tom Noonan, who plays Frankenstein's monster in here. He was also the Ripper in Last Action Hero. He was in... Oh, God. Let me see if I have it over here. He was in one of the Hannibal movies. I can't remember which one. It sounds so bad that I don't know that, but he was in there, and he was awesome. He's a really good scary actor. He's a good character actor, and he brings so much to Frankenstein here. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And then we have an unbelievable job by Duncan Rieger, who plays Dracula, and he's so good in this movie. It's hard to even put into words, guys. If you haven't seen him play Dracula, you owe it to yourself to check him out. All right, so the general rundown of the movie is we start at the beginning of the movie where you see Van Helsing ascending onto Dracula's castle. He's trying to get something called the amulet. So we see this thing glowing there that we believe is the amulet, and it is. So every whatever amount of time, the amulet comes alive, and boom, it can either suck all the bad guys in, or it can not be there, and the bad guys get to kind of take over everything. It's a shaky premise. Don't get me wrong, but it's there. So it starts with that, and Van Helsing shows up, and he manages to stop Dracula that time from using the amulet for what he wants. Now we fast forward to modern times. Boom, it's time for the amulet to act up again. Dracula's back out. He summons Frankenstein's monster. He summons the creature from the Black Lagoon. He has the Wolfman. He has the mummy. And he also has, I think it's 2 of his brides, possibly 3. And they're trying to go back after the amulet. And Sean's parents buy something that they just see at a garage sale that they think is a piece of like horror movie memorabilia. But it ends up actually being Van Helsing's real diary. It's not some, prop that was being sold. And Sean's reading it, and he sees, everything that's going to come. He believes what's going to come, and he assembles the monster squad to try to stop it. He gets his friends to help him out, and hilarity ensues. Some scary stuff ensues. A really cool story ensues. A bunch of good characters are there. It's just a solid movie all around, guys. Lots of fighting. Then we get towards the end. There's the big bad fight at the end, which is awesome. And this is one of those movies I think is a really good gateway movie. This is one of the first kind of horror movies that I showed my kids. That I think this is rated PG-13, but by today's standards, it would be PG. It's a really good one to show an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old to kind of see if they're into horror movies or not. See if they like the monsters, if they do, too scared, not into it, or whatever, and just kind of gauge them off that. This is one of those really good kind of gateway movies, in my opinion. All right, for some of our best ofs, let's get into the acting. So I want to throw a quick mention out to the guy that plays the Wolfman in this movie. You don't see him on screen as a human being too often, but when you do, you really feel for him at how bad he does not want to be the Wolfman. He tells the police, lock him up. He tries to get arrested. Just every little thing he tries to do just doesn't work. He does not want to hurt people, but he can't help but hurt people. And then finally, later in the movie, boom, he takes the silver bullet, and as he's dying, he looks up at Rudy, and he just looks at him crying, and he says, thank you. Thank you. And then he dies, and it's really powerful. It's really good. All the kids are really good. The parents are really good. It's a very well acted movie all the way through. Big shout out to Tom Noonan as well. He's playing Frankenstein's monster, and he manages to get a lot of emotion through all that makeup and everything, where he's kind of scary, but then you see that he's childlike and he becomes friends with the kids. And towards the end of the movie, he helps the kids, boom, and he's the reason Dracula's going, through the vortex. And Phoebe throws him the bear, and he says bye, and she's crying, and he's sad. And it's one of those things that, as a kid, really upsets you, and then as an adult, it still kind of gets to you because it's just very powerful. The music, the way everything's done. Noonan does an amazing job getting emotion through as Frankenstein's monster. But he ain't the best one in this movie. That is Duncan Rieger as Dracula. And I'm about to piss off a lot of people, but I feel what I feel, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Bela Lugosi is great. There's many other versions of Dracula that are great. I will take Duncan Rieger as the best on-screen version of Dracula ever. He looks the part. He's so believable. And he, more than any other monster in this movie, the mummy's kind of funny and this, that, and the other thing. There is nothing funny about Dracula. When he grabs Phoebe and he tells her, give me the amulet, you bitch, and he screams in her face and his fangs come out, you're scared for her. Whenever he's very intimidating. He's very awesome. The scene that's playing up here where he's just massacring the police and the lightning's coming off of him. He is, more than anyone in this movie, actually genuinely scares you, and you are afraid of what he will do when he gets his hands on the kids. All right, where are we going to go for our best scenes in the movie? So the best scene in the movie, without a doubt, is whenever they play Rock Until You Drop and we see the Monster Squad assembling. Great montage scene. The song is so friggin' fun. It's unbelievable. But we can't really play too much of it here or we will get flagged. So cut that. But that's the best scene in the movie. You can just watch it on rewind over and over again. And I did. I wore that VHS tape out. But so what we're going to go with is, man... so many good scenes. I'm going to have to say the scene where Sean's dad fights the Wolfman. it's awesome. We see Dracula as a bat in this scene. We see the Wolfman in this scene. We see him actually fighting somebody, whereas in the rest of the movie, he's just massacring people. Sean's dad fights back. Doesn't do well, but he's fighting back. Sean helps him, and boom, ultimately they kick him out of the window with a stick of dynamite shoved down his pants, and boom, he blows up in midair. It looks awesome. Wolfman parts are scattered all over the alleyway. It's a really cool scene. It's a really good action-filled scene, and it leads to a really good practical makeup scene when we see the Wolfman reassembling later. But this scene right here is just really good.
Suck on this, you son of a bitch.
Hey, asshole. You look.
Told you, that scene is just badass from top to bottom. And then our best kill in the movie, needless to say, with this being PG-13 and everything like that, there isn't that many kills to really choose from. We're not going to see little kids getting killed by monsters or anything along those lines, but we did get a badass kill. We got a badass kill from Fat Kid. That's what they call him, dude. It was the 80s. What do you want from me? Fat Kid is the fat kid in the school who's always getting bullied by EJ, who is played by Jason Hervey. And, Rudy saves him at the beginning of the movie in a very satisfying scene when he makes the bully eat the candy bar and all that. It's so great. If you've seen it, you know it. You love it. Rudy's a badass. Gillman, boom, creature from the Black Lagoon, comes up out of the sewer, massacring cops, going crazy, sees Fat Kid. He starts going after him. Fat Kid grabs a shotgun off the one dead cop's body, and he's banging on the glass trying to get the people to let him in the store, but the only people in the store are the two bullies that refuse to let him in. So the Fat Kid realizes he has no other choice but to fight back, so he takes the shotgun, boom, drops Gillman. We see some blood go flying, Gillman goes down. It's a really cool-looking scene. And then EJ and the other bully come out of the store like, oh, good job, Fat Kid. And Fat Kid just looks at him, cocks the gun, and goes, my name is Horace. Basically saying, you're not ever going to pick on me again. It's just a really good scene where you see the kid who's getting picked on get over on everybody. Gillman's gone. And it's pretty good towards the end. There's a lot of good action scenes at the end. This scene definitely also could have gone to Rudy fighting Dracula's brides, where he's dropping them with the bow and arrow and everything, but I think Gillman going down by the shotgun is just a little bit cooler.
Fat Kid. Good job.
My name is Horace.
All right, guys, here we are at the usual spot where I will ask you to please like and subscribe to this channel. Please go back and check out the old videos. If you want to really laugh, go back and check out the first one and see exactly how bad I was when I started. Still ain't that good now, but it's head and shoulders better than that first one. And let's get into our overall ranking for this movie. Now, keep in mind, we're not ranking this compared to The Exorcist. We're not ranking this compared to any of the all-time great horror movies. It's just a matter of what do I like. And for me, I'm going to give Monster Squad from 1987, directed by Fred Dakar. I think that's right, Dekkar. I don't know how else you would say it. I'm going to go ahead and give this unbelievable masterpiece of 80s goodness 4.5 out of 5 stars. There is not a damn thing about this I would change. I love it, love it, love it. And it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It's made for kids to get them into horror. It worked on me really good. My kids like it. Everyone I've ever showed it likes it. Adults like it, especially if you grew up in the 80s, early 90s. It really speaks to you. It's really well done from top to bottom. Well written, well acted, and there's enough good practical effects in there. There's enough stuff in there that it's scary without going over the top. There's some funny stuff in there. Crazy German guy's awesome. The teacher with the friggin' cat hair they make fun of. She's on screen for like 4 seconds and still makes me laugh every time because poor lady. And it's really, really, really good. I highly advise this for anybody who hasn't seen it to go check it out. And I really advise it if you're a parent who's a horror hound trying to get your kids into horror. This is a really good one you can show them. There's nothing you have to skip. There's nothing you have to edit. There's nothing you have to worry about. I think the worst swear word in the entire movie is Dracula says bitch at one time. That's about it. Other than that, there's nothing that the kids really need to skip. They probably won't understand the idea of a virgin having to read the one thing to activate the amulet, but they don't really need to. All you just got to tell them, yeah, they have to have a girl do it, and then just let it go from there. It's a really good one for them to watch. I really think you guys should check it out. Thank you so much for checking this out. And before we go really quick, let me just show off one other thing I made. Like I showed you the box last time where I had the weapons in there. With this movie, it was really hard to get a particular weapon to do the box for. So I took one of the boxes and I put a replica of what the ticket stub would have looked like with the date that it came out. A really cool version of the movie poster. And I put some popcorn in there because who doesn't like popcorn at the movies? So I made this basically, instead of being a murder box, I called it like a movie memory box. I just think it's really cool. I love having it up on the wall. And this truly is one of my probably top 3 all-time favorite movies. I love it. I could watch it on repeat and have many times growing up, and it'll never get old to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much. Please like, please subscribe. Please tell your friends to check out the channel. Post these links up anywhere you can. Feel free to do it. I'm not going to bust anybody's chops. Put my stuff up on any message boards you can think of. Put my stuff up on any Facebook posts you can. Just put it up there. Get it out there as much as you can. Horror Heaven, Jeff, thanking you again so much for watching. I love you guys. See ya.
Hey guys, little bonus feature here. I just like to lay it down and really get in more on it so you can see exactly what I was talking about with the movie memory box. It's a cool shadow box idea I do. That's the date that it came out for the release. Call it the Horror Heaven Cinema, made my own little thing for it. That's the average cost of the movie ticket back then. It's just something really cool to have.
Welcome to horror heaven. Heaven, beautiful pain. Welcome to horror heaven.